Greetings everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. In light of data security concerns, the company prioritizes safeguarding sensitive data against unauthorized access. Whether driven by internal policies or external compliance requirements, data access remains a paramount concern for organizations. They seek storage manufacturers offering SED solutions, which integrate authentication and encryption features to protect stored data. Furthermore, SED drives ensure data protection on hard disk drives by promptly resetting them to factory settings and altering the encryption key, rendering any remaining data cryptographically erased. This guarantees instant and irreversible unreadability of all data on the drive as necessary. When disk drives leave the data center, whether for warranty returns, disposal, or repurposing, the data they contain becomes vulnerable. Corporate data often remains accessible even after drives are retired. Studies show that almost all drives eventually exit the enterprise or data center, posing a risk as sensitive data remains readable. Even in RAID configurations, where data is spread across multiple drives for protection, the risk of data theft persists, as typical stripe sizes are large enough to expose sensitive information. To prevent data breaches, corporations employ costly and time-consuming methods to erase retired drive data before they leave their premises and potentially land in the wrong hands. These methods include overwriting data, degaussing, shredding, or hiring professional disposal services. However, these approaches, reliant on human involvement, are prone to both technical and human errors. Every day, countless disk drives exit data centers as old systems are decommissioned. Imagine if all these drives automatically encrypted data, allowing for instant and secure erasure. SED offer a comprehensive solution to these challenges, simplifying encryption for drive retirement affordably. SED feature built-in encryption controllers and keys, facilitating instant secure erasure to make data unreadable. They also offer auto-locking to protect active data in case of drive misplacement or theft. ISE provides immediate secure erasure only. When retiring or repurposing a drive, the owner commands a cryptographic erase, replacing the encryption key and rendering the data undecryptable. SED and ISE reduce IT costs by eliminating drive control and disposal expenses without impeding efficiency. They simplify decommissioning and maintain hardware value for returns and repurposing by 1. Securing warranty and expired lease returns. 2. Eliminating the need to overwrite or destroy the drive. 3. Enabling drives to be repurposed securely. Additionally, SED auto-lock mode enhances security by requiring authentication for data access. When activated, the drive's encryption key is locked upon power down, safeguarding against theft or misplacement. Authentication is needed to unlock the encryption key and access data upon powering the drive back on, ensuring protection against insider or external threats. SED performs two functions: authentication, operated by an ACK, and encryption data, operated by a DEK. ISE drives only have encryption data by DEK and lack authentication. An AK is generated via a user-entered password. After successfully enabling the authentication key, it's advisable to export the key file to external media and store it securely for recovery in unforeseen events. A new clean SED isn't locked initially, an AK must be written into it first, a process known as initiating the SED. During the authentication process of a secured drive, 1. The storage system obtains the AK from the user and sends it to the correct locked drive. 2. The drive hashes the AK and compares the result with the stored hash in a secure area. If they match, the drive unlocks, allowing data access. If not, it remains locked. 3. Upon successful authentication, the drive decrypts the DEK stored on the disk with the received AK. 4. Once unlocked, the drive operates normally during data transfers, with encryption and decryption occurring transparently. Note that this authentication process occurs only upon powering on and not with each I/O operation. Each ISE drive, including SED, generates a unique encryption key embedded at the factory. During operation, data is automatically encrypted before being written to the disk using this key and decrypted when read. The encryption process is seamless to the system and cannot be disabled accidentally. ISE technology simplifies drive repurposing and disposal. To repurpose a drive, the owner performs a key erase, replacing the encryption key with a new one generated within the drive. After this process, any data written to the disk becomes unreadable with the old key, maintaining factory settings. If ISE are unused and not part of a pool, instant erasure is possible. SEDs, however, require AK activation for erasure. Alternatively, if an SED is locked, erasure can be initiated using the SID printed on the disk label, accessible to anyone with physical access to the drive. Owners can securely erase the drive by replacing the encryption key. This section will describe the operations of enabling an AK. Select the System tab and the Data Encryption subtab, and then click the Disk Encryption pane to configure the AK. 1. Click the Disk Encryption pane to enable an authentication key. 2. Click the Enable Authentication key switch to On to enable. 3. Enter a password for generating the AK. 4. Click the Apply button to enable. After the AK is enabled fully, there are SED summary displayed in the page. In addition, Auto Unlock option can also be changed here. You can click the Enable Auto Unlock switch and then click the Apply button to take effect. The drop-down lists at the top enable you to select the enclosure from head unit or expansion units. Select SED and then click the Initiate SED Drives button to initiate the selected SED. After proceeding, it will pop up a dialog to display the results. If the results are successful, the SED status will become enabled. Select the Storage tab to manage the storage pools. In this tab, you can create, modify, delete, or view the status of all pools. Here is an example of creating an SED pool with 3 SED configured in RAID. 1. Click the plus icon in the Pools pane to pop up a wizard. Switch the Enable SED pool to On. 2. Click the icon to select disks to add into the pool. 3. Check disk slots which you want to add. The maximum quantity of disk in a disk group is 64. Select an enclosure ID from the drop-down list to select disks from expansion enclosures. Then click the Add button to continue. 4. Click the Next button to continue. The recommended volume name, capacity per vol, and block size are provided. Enter a new volume name if necessary. The maximum length of the volume name is 32 characters. Click the Next button to continue. If there are host groups which are created already, check the Selected Host Group checkbox and select a host group with the drop-down options, or keep it default as Forbid All Connections and change it later. Click the Apply button to continue. There is a result page. Click the Close button to finish. An SED pool with a volume has been created. If necessary, click the plus icon in the Pools pane to create others. First, this feature is free and no license required. Recommend backup the key, or you risk losing all data on the SED. SED or ISE drives can be erased only if their usage status is free. As data security becomes more popular, storage systems need to provide secure data to ensure the peace of mind, compliance, and general security use cases that cared by companies. Regardless if disk drives are lost, stolen, or failed, unauthorized persons cannot compromise the security of the organization by accessing any sensitive data. Data encryption ensures that all sensitive user data stored on the array is encrypted as it is written to disk, so that private data does not fall into the bad guys. With SEDs and ISE technology support, it is a simple and useful function for protecting your data. Therefore, organizations can be assured that their data is always safe and secure when stored on the